Alrighty, so here we are. We're back. We've got this extended out just a little bit. So now we're going to watch all of these things run. We're going to go from 15 all the way back to 0. So here we go. And there it is. Now we're on 0. Everything runs. Now, so each time I push this button, this thing is now going to count. So we've got 15 iterations here that we can run. So now we're on 0 right now. Here's 1. So that one digit right there, we're now on. This is 2 right here. And now we're going to get 1 plus 2. So this is now 3. You'll notice that when these blocks are down, that signal is going to carry to here and run this piston to grab that block. However, it's also going to spit out those 2 behind it. So here we go. Everything up. Now this piston's down. So 1, 2, 4. We now have a digit of 4. So as we go, we can now run and have this and over here. This is a ones digit. Now we've got 5. So the signal now is going to carry this piston into block. This is going to spit out. It will carry to this repeater, which will then run this in here, but it will not carry over to here. So what we're going to get now, this is 4 plus 1 is 5. We're going to lose the ones digit, add the twos digit. We now have 6. There we go. Add them all together now, and we've got 7. There it is. There's 7. All 3 of these are now going to run. We're going to pull down the eights digit. There it is. There's 8. And now it's just going to add the same way. So we've got 9. Now we've got 10, 11. Here's 12. 4 and 8 is 12. 13, 14, all the way to 15. So there it is. Here is our really useful, very compact little piston counter. Now, Romedy, what in the world is this thing any good for? Why would I ever need to use a piston counter? Why would I ever need to use binary in something outside of mathematics? You know, those are very good questions. I agree with you. Why are we ever going to need to use this thing? Actually, there's a incredibly good reason. Not convinced I have a comparator. I do not. Let me go get a comparator here real quick. I feel like I'm flipping around on the video. It's not recording for me real well. I may need to slow it down. Let's go get there's a comparator right there. So now we've got a comparator. We're going to come back out here. What we're going to build is a hopper clock. We're going to use a hopper clock, which, we don't want to make these things real big. I don't want to have a whole lot of hoppers. The definition of this hopper clock, we're just going to build it right like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6. And of course, this in here on the end is broken, so we're going to have to run it so that it will feed into that right there. Our clock is built. Let's go here and stick in our comparator. Comparator done. So each hopper, when it moves horizontally, is going to take 8 ticks to move an item from one hopper to the next. This is an 8-tick move right there. So what we've really built here is a pretty simple little clock that's going to be about 48 ticks long. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So 8 ticks per movement. That's 48 ticks total. That's going to be just a little over a second. It's about 1.4 seconds. I'm sorry, 2.4 seconds. 1 second equals 20 ticks. That's going to be a 2.4 second clock right there. Why would I ever need this? Well, I can drop in a piece of dirt. The clock's going to run, and now we're going to count. Look, we're going to count on our own. This is a way to use a very small little hopper clock to count large numbers, So this is going to be 15 times 2.4 seconds. That is about a half a minute of clock right here. Now, of course, here on the end, what we can do is we can have another carry. This can now carry out. We can bring this line somewhere else. We can run this into something over here if we really wanted to. And so basically, every 2.5 minutes, this thing will light up. There it goes right there. 1 tick worth of lighting up. We'll now invert this signal over here, I think, just so we can watch it. So what is this useful for? We're counting 30 seconds at a time here, actually more than 30 seconds. Well, if you've ever wanted to build a sun and moon clock, if you have ever wanted to have something like an automated melon farm that you don't want to run all the time, or a reed farm, we can build so many different kinds of things using this device right here to run it. Now, sure, you could take a bunch of hoppers, string them all together, build them all out, but that would violate one of the fundamental rules of Romedy. The thing just clicked here. Fundamental rules is I want this to be cheap, I want it to be reliable, I want it to be lag-proofed, and I want this to be idiot resistant. So all all of those things. We only have 6 hoppers, 30 iron, and 6 chest. Very affordable. 4 sticky pistons, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 5 sticky pistons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repeaters. This is a reasonably inexpensive thing that we have just built for our clock out here. So now we can use the hoppers, we can run this, and now once every 30 seconds or so, this thing out here will tick. So we could build something even bigger. A day cycle is 10 minutes long. That's 10 minutes of day. A night cycle, 7 minutes long. So we don't want to put a hopper clock out there that's going to be gigantic. We don't want to have to build different hoppers, a 10-minute clock and a 7-minute clock. We can run this thing in sequence right here with a reasonably large amount of accuracy. We can build this. If we made this instead of 6 hoppers like this, if we made it 10 hoppers, we would have something that would be very accurate. Again, 5 hoppers is going to give me a 40 tick delay. So when I have 10 hoppers, that is an 80 tick. That is a 4-second hopper clock. So 4 seconds is much easier to measure than 3.2 seconds that we have right now. Okay, so been a pretty simple tutorial, not a lot of fun things to go off of here. Check out the preview video. I'm going to do more basic things like this. I like to explain the redstone as I go. I am not incredibly intelligent. So when we get over here into bigger builds, larger things that I have built, I need to be able to explain it to somebody so that they will understand what's going on. So now if I come up here onto the top of this thing, we're going to see some large machines. We're going to see some random number generators. That's what we've got over here. We're going to have a full banking facility, automated 50-item banking facility that's usable for multiple players. This is not just a one-player facility. This is multiple players over here. We're actually going to travel down into the bank just a little bit. We're going to take a look at some other things. Obviously, these are all works in progress. These are not completed as of yet. Takes a long time. So down here, this is the player sorting portion. Up above was item sorting. All of this down here is player sorting. That's what we've got built. So this is going to take your sorted items after they have been distributed upstairs. This is going to sort them via water over a series of hoppers that will then carry down and into a vault. This is going to be unique, I think. I have not seen something just like this yet. And now the coup de grace that I have over here, this is a brand new elevator. I have not seen anything like this out on a server. It comes with a nice car. Very simple to run. Right now I have it broken so that people don't come in and keep losing me trapdoors. I have run through a number of trapdoors because apparently it's difficult to read call elevator and down. Anyway, reasonably nice tech out here. We're going to get into all these things plus a whole lot more on this channel. Hopefully I've intrigued you. Hopefully this is interesting. Hopefully you enjoyed my little tutorial over here about how to build a nice little number generator, a nice little clock timer. These again really useful little things. Hope you liked it. Again, I'm Romedy. We'll talk with you soon. Thanks, YouTube.